How to make an oxidized desert pearl beaded bracelet, step by step. You'll need a ruler, your choice of oxidized desert pearl beads in what size you'd like, a stretch magic that'll fit through that, an optional bead stopper, scissors, and we're going to use a rubber band today to measure the wrist. To measure the wrist, you can use a cloth measuring tool. If you don't have one accessible, you could use string, or today we're going to use a rubber band, any flexible material to wrap around your wrist. So you'll just wrap it around to where it meets and how much you'd like it to fall off your wrist, and then we'll mark that. Now with the material, you'll just use a ruler to see where that lands. Today we're going to be making the bracelet for a 6.5-inch wrist, and the bracelet length will be 7 inches. So this is the average wrist length. Because I'm using 8mm beads today, a little trick that you can use if you're using all of the same sizes is to determine the number of beads you need, is to divide the total bracelet length. So in this case, 7 inches, which equals 178 millimeters, and divide that by the size of the bead, so the 8 millimeters, and that's approximately 22 beads. So we know today we're using 22 beads. And then we will need our stretch magic. Because the hole for the 8mm beads is a 2.2 millimeter, I know that the 0.8 millimeter will go through easily. We could also use a 1 millimeter if we wanted to. Okay, and there's a few different ways we could cut this to the size of our, a little bit more than the size of our wrist, and then use the bead stopper to kind of stop it there. What I like to do is just use it right from the spool in case we need a little extra. What you're going to want to do is just stretch the stretch magic slightly. This just makes it not loosen. Now you want to start adding your beads. Okay, now it's time to create our knot. So at this time, I'm just gonna keep a couple inches on both sides and then cut that. Again, I'll pre-stretch a little. Now you'll take your right over left and cross the strands. Fold one end over the other to create a half knot. And then you'll take the left over right and do the same thing. Pull tight. And at this time, you'll repeat. And then you can glue and then cut the remaining stretch magic. And then you'll slip the knot under one of the beads, like so. And there you have it, a oxidized desert pearl bead stretchy bracelet.